Swindle.
He was swindled by a business partner in London.
Doubtful.
Greyjoy was doubtful. Oh, that's madness.
Receipt.
I need to return this, but I don't have a receipt.
Turgid.
Tess Brown just called my last novel a turgid slog.
Vitalism. Vitalism began to fade in the Western world following the scientific revolution in the 17th century.
Disingenuous.
Now, this example can be disingenuous, as in you say it but you don't mean it.
Urbanite.
Fashionable urbanites revive a temperance tradition.
Sanitize.
We can't sanitize this. Just saying molest isn't enough.
Vandalism.
He was accused of driving after drinking alcohol and of vandalism.
Gender.
How can we promote gender equality?
Lottery.
He won $8 million in the lottery 6 months before.
Disposal.
There are strict laws on the disposal of medical waste.
Plaudits.
Businesses, keen for green plaudits, also leapt on the trend.
Trick.
The trick fooled McClellan.
Backlash.
It's the tech backlash season.
Autocratic.
This allowed autocratic bosses to have their way.
Valorous.
Si Kung replied, I hate those who pry out matters and ascribe the knowledge to their wisdom. I hate those who are only not modest and think they are valorous. I hate those who make known secrets and think they are straightforward.
Harmony.
Of course, yes. I do feel in harmony with nature.
Sleek.
I see. You are now into newer, younger, more modern design, sleek and smooth.
Express. Get it out. Express the anger.
Subtle.
The effect is so subtle you'd never notice it.
Dissolve.
Why does salt dissolve in water, but oil doesn't?
Reanimate.
It's not rocket science. We're only reanimating a squirrel.
Preteen.
He's a teenager. Of course he's hiding something. I mean, not like us preteens. We're an open book.
Particle.
Particles that carry the virus can linger in the air for longer.
Disapprove.
Percy was deeply disapproving of this behavior.
Shrub.
Tea is the leaf of an evergreen shrub which grows in China and Japan.
Deservedly.
Kumaragupta, deservedly victorious, with an abundance of virtues.
Paycheck.
Shannon, you came back.
I'm just picking up my last paycheck.
Attribution.
Fundamental attribution error is often performed when driving.
Dispersive.
Kite.
They are going to fly a kite.
Dungeon.
As a start, I might also convert the basement into a dungeon.
Convict.
Who tried to convict me of murder and throw me in jail?
Covertly.
She watched him covertly in the mirror.
Gape.
Ron was so amazed, so impressed, he just sat and gaped at Harry.
Conform.
Drivers are expected to conform to traffic rules.
Gracious.
Thank you for your gracious support.
Preside.
I have to preside over a meeting at the hospital tomorrow afternoon.
Distinctive.
His voice was one of the most distinctive on the BBC.
Resentful.
I'm a little jealous, but I'm not resentful.
Certainty.
There is no certainty without evidence.
Incompatible.
Cuba had considered the violence and prize money incompatible with Marxism.
Enforce.
We must have laws and we must enforce those laws.
Utmost.
You have earned my utmost respect.
Sacrosanctity.
Edict.
In 1685, Louis XIV revoked this vital edict.
Waist.
He put an arm round her waist.
Census.
Census data shows that 80,000 Somali immigrants live in the U.S.
Traceable.
Don't use that phone anymore. It's traceable by now.
Peruse.
Uva peruses him in silence.
Malicious.
It was a malicious act meant to shame the Queen.
Motorist.
A motorist spotted you lying on the side of the road, called 911.
Inhuman.
It was a brutal, vicious, inhuman attack.
Approachable.
You want to be in command, but approachable.
Falsify.
I lied, falsified the data.
Rash.
I was very young, inexperienced, rash, and very hungry.
Cohesion.
The organization encourages social cohesion.
Subsequently.
Subsequently, her body was burned, and the ashes strewn to the wind.
Unanticipated.
The most important is the unexpected, the new discoveries, the unanticipated breakthrough.
Métis.
Slay.
He needs a prince to slay a dragon.
Epidemic.
In 1985 and 1986, an epidemic of asthma hit Barcelona.
Breakage.
Perhaps he was responsible for the breakages.
Botanist.
People who study plants are called botanists.
Lanai.
Divider.
These are called dividers, and it will have lined paper.
Lustrous.
My hair is lustrous like a lion's mane.
Rationalize.
Don't use me to rationalize your actions.
Portly.
Unspecific.
Guillotine.
Both he and Marie Antoinette would die under the blade of the guillotine.
Stillness.
Then suddenly there was a great stillness.
Windshield.
Oh, the windshield on the company car was cracked, but Mario's fixing it.
Snag.
Mike's therapy hit a snag.
Grapple.
You should not have yielded. You should have grappled with her at once, said Mr. Rochester.
Folklore.
In Jewish folklore, Lilith was the first wife of Adam.
Electronic. They're electronic. The key is the power supply.
Tire.
Play will make him strong and tire him quickly.
Commentary.
He couldn't hear the commentary over the wind.
Wheedle.
Just a bit of toast, wheedled Hermione.
Recapture.
In seeking to recapture the Holy Land, they caused misery and destruction.
Property.
The police protect people's lives and property.
Debatable.
That's a debatable question, said old Miss.
Prohibitively.
Car insurance can be prohibitively expensive for young drivers.
Sequel.
It was a sequel to that awful killer gorilla movie I was in.
Cane.
Brown sugar is raw sugar extracted from sugarcane.
Ounce.
No more than 2 ounces of alcohol in an hour.
Condemnation.
The school attack has drawn condemnations from all over the world.
Counselor.
I've questioned the counselors. Only 3 were aware of the treaty.
Tremendous.
He's under a tremendous amount of stress.
Scornful.
How scornful we are when we catch someone out telling a lie.
Seafarer.
Seafarers from Kiribati are in demand, particularly on German vessels.
Obligate.
You can say yes or no. Doesn't obligate you to anything.
Gruff.
Quick step! Forward march! Shouted a gruff voice.
Subculture.
This subculture takes every notion of community and turns it upside down.
Erasure.
Unfortunately, what you see is a lot of erasure.
Diction.
Hitting your mark and saying your lines loudly with good diction.
Allegation.
That is a very serious allegation.
Flippant.
I think I was quite flippant when I started the YouTube channel.